stealing all the share. Crash out, king, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Flash fires lit the match. The fire spreading through the town. No more pity parties, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, fueled by all these wasted years. Crash out, king, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend. It won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown.
What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and today DSP is gonna have a huge crash out over Subway. That is right, he is gonna crash out over a Subway sandwich. He is also gonna get defeated and destroyed by Doom, the Dark Ages, but he refuses to let the game win, and he refuses to quit because people will make fun of him, and much more. And we start today with Wings of Redemption taking a shot at DSP.
Bill Hill, I'm wondering why you didn't show up. Why didn't you show up, bud? And to answer your question is because, like, I don't have enough money to retire on. So I got to continue to acquire money throughout most of my adult life. That's why I have donation goals. It's not because I'm in dire need. I'm not over here doing like a DSP like begathon to like pay my taxes.
And it looks like It's a Gundam has dropped yet another video on DSP, and he titles the video "The Worst Streamer on YouTube is DSP," and goes into his greed, his endless greed for money, how he's entitled to it, how he demands it from his audience, and he is absolutely the greediest person on the platform. Then we have Sidious in the chat. DSPGAMING was watching your playthrough of Parry from 2017, and I noticed how much weight you lost. You never mentioned exercise, so was this just purely a diet change? DSPGAMING, yes, in 2017 I was eating very unhealthy, drinking heavily too. Wow, that sounds like DSP in 2025 as well. That was during my breakup with my ex, and things were going very poorly. Again, sounds like DSP 2025. And look at this. This is the very first image you see when he turns on his pre-stream. But remember, guys, he's not a children's entertainer. And what would a DSP stream be without DSP crapping all over FGC players and saying how they're horrible and they cheated to win, dude?
Did the FGC ever try to make their own fighting game? From time to time, people in the FGC have worked on fighting games. For example, David Serlin was the major head of the project Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. Problem is, David Serlin was only good with certain characters in HD Remix, and what he did is he buffed the characters he liked. So it became this one-sided mess of a game. Currently, one of the Cannon brothers, I forget which one, is working on some fighting game, some League of Legends fighting game, but he's dumbed it down to the point where there's no motions required. You can just hold a direction, press a button, and get a special move. And it also has an insanely small cast. And by the way, he was never good at fighting games ever in his entire life. He sucked. So I don't know how he's going to be any kind of an authority on fighting games. So in a nutshell, no, really no one in the FGC has ever actually designed a fighting game that was good from the ground up. It's never happened.
And now DSP is going to go on his high horse and say he will not do things for money because he has morals. You know, the guy who said he was King Snake, who robbed the casino, who cased the place, waited, planning, used people, lied to people, all for money and attention. But dudes, King Snake has morals.
Is there anything I won't do for money? There's tons of things I won't do for money. I've been offered money many times over the years for many different things that I've always turned down. I wasn't going to be a part of LOLCOW Live because I didn't want to be a part of something that seems to be exploitation or toxic content, okay? I've never accepted payment for people wanting me involved in various different kinds of content and shows. I didn't do it. You know, it's one of the major reasons why I had the split with Kino Casino, because they were pushing me in a very toxic, negative direction that I didn't want to go, and they were trying to force me to do it, which I didn't want to do. And I know that I made the right choice at this point, okay? I've been offered money over the years to shill product constantly. Will you play our game and we'll pay you as long as it's a paid advertisement? We'll pay you to play. No. If I'm going to play a game, it's going to be an honest reaction and opinion. I'm not going to lie to my audience and say that something is good just to take a paycheck. I refuse to do it. I'm not going to do paid sponsored content. I don't stand by that kind of content. I think it's garbage. Okay? There's just many things that I've been against over the years. Tons of things that I could have made it big. I could have gotten rich. I could have been 10 times bigger than I am now, but I refuse to do it. I stayed stuck, basically, I'm a very stubborn guy, all right? I stay with my morals and values. I stick to my guns and my beliefs, and a lot of people just have decided not to do that. They say, throw everything away because it means that you can get popular and you can get rich. And I've never, ever done that. So that really makes me stand out from a lot of people who've been doing it as, on YouTube or Twitch or wherever. They just become these fake people, They're just there to make a paycheck. That's it. They're not there. There's no passion in what they're doing. For me, it's the complete opposite. I literally put up with all of the online harassment and the crap I go through because I have passion for what I do. Even if it means that the entire internet can't understand how I'm just so different and I won't just take the bag, right? Well, 'cause I'm not like you. Because I don't take the easy way out because I'm not a simpleton. It's that simple.
That's right, guys. He doesn't want to be a shill. He doesn't want to get sponsorships. He doesn't want to promote games. He wants to guilt people and beg them for money from people on government assistance and the social rejects that he acquires. That dude is all about morals. And then DSP started talking about Subway, and he told a story how he was a Karen at Subway and complained to head office that the Subway near him did not offer breakfast. And then weirdly, he said the owner of that Subway then contacted him to yell at him. Now, Phil, how would they get your contact information? It's not like Subway says, oh, this guy complained about you, here's his contact information. It does make sense, Phil. Then DSP went on and told a story about how he and his dad every Saturday went to Pete Subs before it became Subway, and talk about the good times here and there. Now there's one problem with this. DSP was born in 1982. In 1968, the restaurant name was changed to Subway. That is right. DSP said specifically he and his dad went to Pete Subs before it became Subway. And then as you see, Pete's Super Submarine Sandwiches, 1965 to 1968. And then let's go a little bit further. Pete Subs, 1968 to 1970. And then let's go even further. Pete Subway, 1970 to 1972. Then it officially became Subway. So you're asking yourself, how did DSP visit Pete Subs 10 years before he was born? Oh, that's right, it's DSP. He's lying like a bitch. Then we have this super chat from Hunter Biden. Geez, Philip, it's like Germany in 1942 in your chat. You ban people for simply disagreeing with you. And then the topic of RTU getting a tattoo of DSP on his body. Of course, RTU did a bait and switch about the actual tattoo and where it was supposed to be on his body, but that's a discussion for another video. Well, it got back to Phil, and this was Phil's response.
So someone tipped me $2.54 and says, hey, did you hear what Review Tech USA did? I don't care what Review Tech USA did. I don't care what a boorish loser does. I'm eating Subway today. That's pretty exciting. That's way more exciting than anything that Boar has ever done in his entire life. And I've got good stuff to do. I got great gameplay. I don't give a shit about him whatsoever. So I don't care. Don't waste my time. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Anyway, see what I mean? People trying to derail my content with nonsense and dumb shit from boring, idiotic people who are so desperate for attention that they do dumb shit. I don't have to do that. I can just eat Subway. Seriously, I could just eat Subway and I'm good. Anyway.
And this is the most DSP thing I've ever seen. For years, DSP claimed RTU harassed him. RTU has said messed up stuff about him. He said also RTU did messed up stuff to him. And now, legitimate, actual crazy stuff, such as tattooing his jerk-off face on your body. And DSP drops the ball. He could have buried RTU here. But of course, it's DSP. and he's a bitch. And if you're wondering what the tattoo looks like, this is it right here. And by the way, at one point, RTU claimed he paid $2,000 for this. He did backtrack after this and said $760. He's just bad with math and didn't add it properly. Sure, Rich, sure. Then look at this. Look how horrible this looks. You know what this kind of looks like? Is those guys with the barbed wire around their arm? This is just as cringe as that. Then we have this from Dan. DSP Gaming. I was just letting you know, you're like a father figure to me. I'm black, so I never knew my dad, but imagine he like you, but black. So he's LTG. Gotcha. And yet again, fishing for sympathy, pity bucks. DSP's gonna explain how his back and his neck is messed up, cause he slept the wrong way, dude.
Feel recuperated, and I'm in pain. I woke up this morning, and I'm like, when I stood up, I guess I slept in a weird position, twisted to the side or something. I pulled a nerve, what I think is in my hip. So I've got shooting pain from my hip going down the right-hand side of my leg. I'm fine when I'm sitting, but when I'm standing up, it's painful. I'm like, why did this happen? You know, like, so stupid. As you get older, this nonsense happens. You got to deal with it. It's not a big deal, but it isn't annoying.
And now DSP is going to explain why he's not going to put his health at risk. He's going to do the same thing every single day, over and over, bore people to death, and refuse to do anything different, dudes.
Exactly. So, that's the thing. I'm not going to do stuff that's completely unhealthy. No, I'm not going to be streaming for multiple days in a row because people are supporting me. That's ridiculous. Is it more important for me to do one big dramatic event that lasts a day and a half, but I make thousands of dollars doing it? Or is it more important that I'm here consistently to make content for you that you can trust, right? I'm not hurting myself, but instead, you know what I'm saying? It's more reliable stuff. Because I think you guys would care more about me actually making consistent content that's meaningful, that's positive, that, you know, ongoing playthroughs, ongoing podcasts, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you support those individually stream by stream, rather than me saying, hey, I'm doing a subathon and I'll be here for 48 hours straight, but then I'm going to be sick for like 2 weeks and I'm not going to stream. Wouldn't you get more out of the consistent content than the 24-hour, 48-hour me destroying myself and not being around?
And this is what DSP does. In his mind, if he doesn't do something, no one else does it. If he likes something, everyone likes it. If he dislikes something, everybody dislikes it. He bases everything off how he feels. Cause no one, dude, can feel differently than him. He's the average gamer, dude. And he says he doesn't know anyone who goes to GameStop consistently. Therefore, he doesn't know how they're still in business. Then we have Jonathan Wilkins. If only DSP hadn't mistreated John and Howard. Now he has 0 friends. His only human interaction is with a 300-pound female land manatee who eats and plays Skyrim all day. And DSP is setting up yet another wage quit. This time, Capcom Fighting Collection 2. And of course, same excuse every single time, dudes. The viewership is dropping and the online is broken. Damn you, Cannon Brothers. Now, let's see how Expedition 33 has been going for DSP.
We got people complaining in chat, I'm over leveled and I shouldn't be doing stuff. It's like, dude, it's in the game. You're supposed to enjoy the game, right? Like, why wouldn't I want to do this? No. Can't go underwater. You're over leveled. Well, then don't put the optional content in the game if I'm not supposed to do it, okay? Stupid. I'm literally taking on every challenge as soon as I see it. Right? I'm trying to do as much stuff as possible. And you're gonna complain, huh? Oh, here we go. Bullshit time.
Take your shot.
Did it. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Rise up, Verso. Rise up, Verso. Maya.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Are you kidding? Oh my fucking god, fuck this game, dude. Why every time it does the different timing? That's not fair.
I'm ready.
Dude, every time it's exactly the same. He does that attack and it doesn't fucking work. I parry every fucking time, the same fucking timing, and it still doesn't work. Why did they fuck this fight up? Seriously. They fucked the fight up with that one parry timing. They made it different.
Incoming.
Shit. What it is depending on how many hits, the timing's completely different. The 3 hit is slower, the 4 hit is faster, the 5 hit's really fast. So you can't really perfect the timing because you don't know how many hits it's about to be. You have to try to hope that you get lucky. So it's kind of annoying bullshit.
It's locked on you. Please survive.
Bring it on.
Okay. To me in. Here's your card.
I've lived through worse. Didn't really need it.
Look out. That's a dodge. On me.
Oh my god! This is ridiculous now. Now it won't parry at all, right?
Look out.
What? Ridiculous nonsense.
The dance begins. Finesse and precision. Let's start. Let's gamble.
Can I die again? Maximum damage. Last ditch effort.
Can't tell, this is insanely frustrating right now. Pissing me off. Haven't changed my timing, yet it doesn't work half the time.
On me. Not today. I'm waiting. It's locked on you.
I didn't change my fucking input timing, you piece of shit.
Oh well.
I haven't changed it. Oh my god. Dude, I give up. I was telling you, it's not consistent. It's pissing me off. I haven't changed my fucking input timing at all. Yet I can't parry anything now. 40 minutes because the game won't fucking parry. Well, you're pissing me off now. This is fucking stupid.
And then DSP did DSP Tries It Subway, where he ordered 3 sandwiches and a foot-long cookie. Remember, he doesn't eat unhealthy anymore, dudes. And now he's gonna say he's putting his health at risk by eating these for the content, dude.
So that's the best of the 3, but that ain't saying much. You know, it's just not great at all. Now, we're gonna try the cookie. I don't recommend you do this. This is me putting my health at risk for DSP Tries It.
And then DSP went on to say he couldn't taste anything on the sub. What a great review. And look at this. Absolutely disgusting. Every single time he eats, it's disgusting. And look at his bib. And every time he does DSP Tries It, we get shots like this. This, and this. Absolutely disgusting. And one of the subs that DSP got was tuna. And someone in chat mentioned, you have gout. This is going to make your gout worse by eating seafood and tuna. And of course, DSP, being a dumbass that he is, doesn't realize he's correct and goes toxic on the chatter.
The bottom line is real. Said something incredibly stupid on Kick. They said, I don't know about you, but tuna hurts my gout. You're a moron. tuna is not a shellfish. Gout is affected by red meat, shellfish, that kind of stuff that raises your uric acid levels. It has nothing to do with actual regular fish. So you're wrong. If you think tuna is affecting your gout, you're wrong. It doesn't at all. You should actually do some medical research. Anyway.
Also, I want to point out another thing that affects gout is alcohol. Just saying. Then we have this here. What foods make gout worse? And look at the bottom. Certain seafood, including tuna. But of course, DSP knows better than you dudes, so shut up and just give him money, dude. And then this is how he described the second sub. I just taste cheese, bread, and the bread itself. Guys, this is $1,500 worth of content, dudes. And he was not happy about that cookie, saying it was disgusting. And at one point said they probably left this in the freezer from Christmas and gave it to me. This man is the biggest food snob I've ever seen. And he kept calling Subway garbage and trash and claimed it should be gourmet. Subway will never be gourmet. It's something where if you're driving and there's no other place, you go to Subway because you're hungry and you don't want to go any further. It gets the job done, but it's not the greatest taste in the world. And remember too, this is the same guy who said his ramen noodles in the freezer were gourmet noodles. And now it's time. It's time for the crash out of Subway. And this is what DSP's been doing lately. He's trying to go viral. He's trying to get people who hate Subway as well to stand up and back him up. And he thinks people will become fans if he goes viral and people will like him again, dude. The resurgence will be back. However, in reality, every single time he does something like this and it goes viral, it's not the way he intends it. It's people laughing at him, making him into an even bigger joke than he was. Last week, it was Doom. This week, it is Subway.
They say, eat fresh, it's healthy. There is nothing I just hate that was healthy. Nothing. I tried 3 sandwiches. Nothing there is healthy at all. It was disgusting. You understand? It's old food. It's not fresh. It's disgusting. It's overpriced. Why would you eat at Subway? And it's a shame. Why? I have history with Subway. I used to go to Pete Subs and get amazing foot-long Subway sandwiches that were absolutely gourmet style. This is what the company has become because they became fucking greedy. So greedy. Franchise, sell. Reduce the quality, make more money. Don't buy Subway. If you support health, if you support flavor, if you support value, if you support humanity, and you don't want to see human beings get ripped off, don't buy Subway. There is no excuse to go to this restaurant and this business and spend your money. There's literally not an excuse. Oh, mine's better than yours. Well, this is what everyone else is getting. Do you support that? Do you support this? Stop. Stop spending money here, and guess what will happen? One of 2 things. Either they'll be forced to actually improve their product, which everyone would probably be happy with, or they'll go out of business, in which case now there's more market share for other better businesses to move in and take over. And no matter what, you win, because you get better food. But if you keep paying for these turd of a meal, it will never go away. It will be persistent in the United States. Low quality, low flavor, low value food that people are too stupid to stop buying. It's not $5 foot long. It's not, oh look, I'm Jared from Subway. Look how healthy and fresh I am. None of that. It's all a lie. Doesn't exist. Stop with the brainwashing program. I don't care if it's at your local corner. It's easy for you to eat there. Stop fucking eating there. That's why people are getting sick. That's why people are obese in the United States. They're eating this garbage. Yeah, Subway, the health place, where you can get a foot-long Oreo cookie that destroys your gut. Yeah, real healthy. Fuck Subway. Fuck this fucking restaurant. I'm never going there again. I mean it. I don't care if I'm starving. I don't care if it's the only place to eat. I'll go hungry. I don't care if I'm about to die and I'm crawling down the street emaciated and I look up and there's a Subway in front of me and they're handing out free subs. I would say, goodbye, cruel world. Bleh, and just kill myself in the middle of the street. I would never eat this ever again.
And you can tell he's forcing this. He's trying to force a reaction. And DSP is also the same person that has in his freezer pizzas that he eats for a snack. But remember, dudes, Subway is the unhealthy thing. And I like how he said, this Subway is the reason people are getting obese in the United States. I can prove you wrong. It's not Subway that's getting people fat. And my proof is Fat Cat. Cause she will hoof down any single thing. That is why I call her the White Kirby. And this right here is the thumbnail for DSP Tries at Subway, which says the worst food ever do not eat it. Remember, stop watching Keemstar. Now it's stop eating Subway. And then we have Cucks Raxter, $5 super chat. That's it, Jax? You better pay up. Don't you know Gout Lord needs that money? He really, really does. And he says, I had Subway for lunch today, and I didn't have any issues. Sorry to hear that Subway went badly for you today. I hope you don't hurl from laggy noobs. And of course, DSP in the night stream was playing fighting games. That's why Cucks Raxter is around. Then of course, DSP, still trying to force a reaction, is now going to complain that his tum-tum is upset. And throughout the night, he would use as the bag, please guys, my tum-tum is bad. I ate Subway for you. Please pay up. Make my tum-tum feel better.
So FYI, after having Subway earlier, I'm not even kidding you, my guts feel completely screwed up. My actual stomach into my intestines does not feel right at all. I'm feeling weird sensations. Let's put it that way. I haven't used the bathroom yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if while I'm here playing tonight, I have to rush out of here to the bathroom because that was absolutely terrible. It was so bad. Every sandwich was bad and the dessert wasn't even edible. Like, it was so embarrassingly bad food. That is by far the worst episode of DSP Tries It I have ever done. Like, in history. Really. In history. So yeah, pretty bad. And I'm not happy at all that that's how it was. I really was hoping that there was going to be something good redeeming in that order. Not only were the 3 sandwiches bad, but the dessert being wrong too was really disgusting. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that I don't have, you know, intestinal torsion. Let's hope that I don't have a dilemma, distress, and there you go, intestinal distress tonight. I might from eating that crap. All right. How you guys doing though? How's everyone doing tonight? What's up, King Michael? How are you? No, I didn't try to get a refund or anything. And what am I going to do? Argue with them? The problem is to get a refund from any of these services, what you need to do is take a picture while you're eating and then send it to them. And I didn't take a picture. I mean, yeah, I actually did a whole video on it. They don't care. They want you to send them a picture through the app, and I don't have one. So what am I going to do? To get like $10 back on the stupid cookie? You know, it's not worth it. Screw them. But it is what it is. It's pretty bad food, and it was a really disappointing dinner. If you could even call that a dinner, right? Willow, how are you over on Kick? How's it going?
I love how DSP says, I should have taken a picture of the food before I ate it. I have this video, but I never took a picture, so I can't get my money back. It's almost like, Phil, you can pause the video, take a screenshot, and send it through the app. But look at me, I'm talking all crazy and stuff. And also, I want to point out, in the past, DSP has always complained about DoorDash and Uber Eats, whatever he does. And he's always talked about getting refunds. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they cut him off and they refuse his refunds going forward. Okay, so it's time to check out Capcom Collection 2. Let's see how well it went for DSP.
Guys, can we get some support for Retro Fighters tonight? We're at $30. Let's get it going so we can get towards our goal here tonight. Let's get some super chats, some subs. Some subs on Kick are needed. We lost a lot of subs over the last week. We need to get them back. Please sub on Kick or give some subs tonight. Let's hit that goal. And this should be on the top, and I'll make the text a little bigger. What am I listening to? That is awful. That is total ear diarrhea right there. Holy crap. All right.
And then every week since his birthday, he's been begging people on Kick, gift subs, become a member, because apparently every single week, his memberships on Kick are falling off, and he needs you to fill the void and re-up or regift memberships now, dude. And now King Snake himself is going to explain how he defeated the casino and he's the winner of the transaction. And not only that, he controlled the entire situation and nobody made him do anything because he's the King Snake, dude.
Peyton, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. Thanks for $5. Nobody gives a shit. No, really, I mean it. No one cares about fake critics who basically have issue with people because they like to print money from detractors. You know, I'm not fucking stupid. So. Trust me, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well for myself, especially since that interaction that I had with them. I'm doing very, very well for myself, much better than I was before. I got exactly what I wanted out of it. I knew exactly what I was doing every single moment. I controlled the situation in an expert mentality, and here I am doing very well, and I'm very happy and pleased. No worries there. They can do whatever they want, and I'm the winner of that transaction. That's all I have to say.
And DSP still trying to get more reactions, puts this on Twitter with the tag of Subway in it. Hey Subway, in the 15 years I've made DSP Tries It, you officially have the distinction of the worst food I've ever tried. And I used to live 1 block away from the original Pete Sub location that started your entire company. What's your explanation? I like how the guy that jerked off on camera and used a spoon to eat cup of noodles is trying to get an explanation of what went wrong with Subway. And it's funny too because Subway and Wendy's are 2 social media accounts that are known to react and reply to people. And guess what? They did not reply at all to DSP. And now, let's talk about Monday, the fallout to DSP's Subway crash out. And trust me guys, he's not done yet crashing out. And we start off today, looking at the tweet that DSP put out about Subway. But you'll notice, he locked down his account. And only accounts DSP mentioned can reply, aka Subway. And this tells you that this backfired on DSP in a major way. Whenever he tries to go viral, he leaves his comments unlocked, so people can engage with it so it goes further. But he knew he fucked up. And he locked the comments down so no one can make fun of him. And let's be honest, we know what every single comment would be. Aren't you the guy that jerked off on stream? Aren't you the guy that's bad at Doom? Times 1,000. And also, I want to point out, I love the title of his video here. This channel is very interactive and you can be a part of it by becoming a member today. And then DSP was trying something out here. He said there is no podcast on Monday. He's gonna start right away into Doom, the Dark Ages, for maximum progress. And of course, he didn't have a quote-unquote podcast, but he had a pre-stream. And the whole pre-stream was him saying, I don't understand, I'm worried, people are not giving me money. I hope me not doing a podcast doesn't result in people not supporting me. So he doesn't do a quote-unquote podcast, and then does a pre-stream where the whole time he talks about money and worried no one's gonna support because there's no podcast. Make that make sense. And he puts this in the pre-stream, talking about Subway. I figured out what it reminded me of. Whiteout. It was exactly the same consistency. Now Phil, why would you know exactly what whiteout tastes like? Just saying. And then DSP is using this as a social experiment yet again. Remember that one stream where he didn't beg and he didn't hit the goal? And he used that as proof. I have to beg, I have to tell people to support me, otherwise no one will. Which is an amazing indication of where your business is, Phil. The fact that people won't support me unless I badger them for money and guilt trip them. But of course, he's the big brain with a business degree. And he's using this as an experiment saying, see people, no one supported because I had no podcasts. I need the podcast, so anyone that tells me to shorten or get rid of the podcast, ban, 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 gone forever.
Typically on a podcast, we get good support. I mean, at a minimum, I usually make 1/3 of the goal. Sometimes I hit the whole goal during the podcast. Now we're going into gameplay with $9. So this is my concern. Let's see how it goes today. Okay? All right. All right. We're good? Yeah, no one's really asking it. All right. Let's get set up for Doom. Short, like I said, really short video. I actually made this a video. If anyone's going to watch, I don't know, it's 20 minutes of not much. Let's get set up for Doom. Let's jump in. Let's make some progress. And let's see how we did today. All right? Cool. I'm hoping basically to finish around 4 chapters of Doom today. I don't know if we'll do it, but I'd like to finish 4 because I think we're starting chapter 10 and the game has 22 chapters. So if we finish 4 chapters, we'll be more than halfway into the game now. All right. Cool.
And then he crashed out yet again on Subway. And he said it was the worst thing he's ever eaten. It ruined him inside. And he went to his wife. And they agreed, which means Phil told his wife, "We are never eating Subway again, no matter what." And then also said that Kat never had any of the Subway, he just threw it out. So you're telling me you made a decision about her and you never eating Subway again, even though she never ate Subway. You're telling her you're never eating there again. But remember, dude, he's not controlling. And now DSP's gonna explode on people, cause they're calling him out for the lie about Pete's Subway, where DSP said, "I was there, I used to go there all the time before it was Subway." And people pointed out you were not born before it changed to Subway. And he's gonna go in this long rant about, "My dad told me it was called Pete Subs." There's pictures on the inside of Pete Subs, you know, when they have historical pictures. Oh, this is the origin of Subway, blah blah blah. Even though on the outside it says Subway, and it's a franchise. And of course what DSP is doing is taking stories his dad told him as a kid and putting himself in the story when it never actually happened. And this is a common thing for DSP. He'll take other people's stories, inject himself in it to make it sound like it's his own story. What a scumbag.
We got a $2 tip. Why do you bring up living next to the place Subway was founded at as an enhancement to your argument against Subway in your tweet? You weren't alive when they rebranded from Pete Subs. Because when I went there, they still said it was Pete Subs. On the inside, they had the original signage. They have pictures of the original store. They still treated it like the original location and had high quality food. Didn't matter if it said Pete Subs on the front. That's how the company started. What's your point? You have none. Thanks for the $2 tip. I'm an idiot. What a jerk. Someone tipped $2 says, "Please don't call viewers idiots. It doesn't constitute a positive streaming environment." Well, then don't say stupid shit. Because you come on here accusatory saying dumb things about Pete Subs and, oh, it wasn't called Pete Subs when you started going there. Well, let's see. My dad used to go there when it was called Pete Subs. He's the one that told me it was called Pete Subs. He's the one who pointed out the signage on the inside that still said Pete Subs, showed me the pictures that said Pete Subs, told me about the quality of the original Pete Subs. You know, because I have a father. But my opinion is negated because you're an idiot who has to be a naysayer to everything that I say. So how about this? If you want to come to my stream and be disrespectful and try to contradict everything I say, you're a fucking mouth-drooling moron and I'll call you whatever the fuck I want and you'll like it, bitch. How about that? Or if you want to come to my stream and be a respectful, nice person and just be, oh yeah, let's have a nice conversation and be nice to each other. Why do you bring up living next to the place Subway was founded at as an enhancement to your argument against Subway in your tweet? You weren't alive when they rebranded from Pete Subs. Please don't call viewers idiots. It doesn't constitute a positive streaming environment. Then you're a cool person and come on by and you'll be treated with respect. You see, it reciprocates. It's not you come here, you treat me badly, and then you expect respect for yourself. You can go fuck yourself. Thanks.
And that is DSP in a nutshell. Gets caught in a lie. It doesn't matter that I lied. This is what I was told, dude. If you don't believe me, then go fuck yourself. If you're gonna be in this chat, you will listen to me, and no one else. Definitely though, definitely not a cult. And DSP was also complaining about Subway. And then DSP started playing Doom again, and the rage came out, and I didn't even know this was possible. The very first thing I see when I pop in, he died in a mech level, which I didn't even know was possible. And why did he die? He said he forgot he has to dodge in this level. Then we have a dent, Gareth Hales, 20 pounds. Here's something to help with the goal. Here's a little more to help with the goal, and the trolls are attacking my channel. Get a life and grow up. And on his channel, he had like 3 videos. Then says, here's my last Aper chat of the day to help with the goal. Can't stay a watch because someone has threat long to leak my address. That is your audience right there, Phil. That is your dented audience. And look at that face. That is a face of a man who loves his job, loves his wife, loves his life. Now let's see how DSP did today in Doom.
How boring. Like, really? Why do they think that's good? I have to fight the guy for fucking 5 minutes because he has so much health. Dumb shit. Yeah, rip and tear until you fight him and then you just get frozen. Oh my god. What happened? Critical health. What just... I grab a ruby, I'm already about to die. Fuck this nonsense. My god, I need help. Jesus, this is ridiculous. Dude! I'm gonna die again. There's no health in the room. This is nuts. Dude, this is insane. Nothing I do breaks his armor. I've used super shotgun. I've used everything. It won't break the armor. And he just counter hits you no matter what you do. When you hit him, he hits you right back.
Then we have Canadian Kirk under his new account, You're Not Funny, spazzing out yet again in chat. Phil slow dancing with Kat, break time a la Captain America with Peggy Carter in Avengers Endgame. Trolls and sock accounts and fence sitters are like, damn it, why haven't I found love? Will you kiss me, fellow internet community group incels? No? No? Why not? Then DSP had a big thing to hype up. He's gonna have a Doom Guy skin in Minecraft. You know what the best part about this is? He plays Minecraft in first person, so you're never gonna see that skin. And remember, DSP does not waste your time like other creators. He values your time. And it's always meaningful, robust, and flavorful. So with that being said, DSP was late tonight because his printer broke and he's trying to set it up. You know, something he could have done off camera after the stream or on his day off, but nope, he has to do it on company time.
For the slightly delayed start, lots of stuff going on right now. My printer broke during the break, which is hilarious because I bought that printer in December of 2023 and I needed to print something out. It printed out 1 page of 2. The second page paper jammed. I unstuck it and the entire thing busted. So I was trying to figure out, how do I do this and that, all kinds of crap. Anyway, Welcome to the late stream. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're ready to relax. Tonight in Minecraft. Yeah, stupid tech issues. This time it's a hardware issue, though. It's not like, oh, I don't know how to use a computer. It's actual, the thing's a piece of garbage. I bought it like I said, December 2023, because my old printer had tons of issues and wasn't working anymore. And I bought it, literally the only time I use a printer is like tax stuff. Like, that's pretty much it. It's always like tax stuff or, you know, follow-up stuff to that. So I like print like maybe 4 times a year over the course of the year. And it's usually like 1 or 2 pages. It's not like, you know, a ton of pages. So the fact that I bought that in December 2023, I used it for taxes last year, taxes this year, now it's broken, is pretty funny. So don't get a Canon. Just a little heads up. Do not buy a Canon printer. It's a piece of garbage. Previous to the Canon, I had an Epson. The Epson I bought in 2017, and within 2 years also had major problems. Wouldn't print clearly, had to keep doing head cleanings and everything to get that to print straight. So I guess I'm not getting an Epson, I'm not getting a Canon. I guess maybe I'll get, I don't know, what, HP? What else is there? Brother? There's like another 2 or 3 brands, right? So maybe I'll get an HP. I don't think I've ever had an HP. So maybe I'll get an HP and see if that's any good.
And now, let's take a look at DSP and how he did in Minecraft.
Whoa! Whoa! No, zombies! Zombies! Skeleton! Skeleton! Hole! Yeah! Whoa! Oh, sleep! Last chance to support the stream if you can. All right? If not, then sadly, we came way short of the goal for Minecraft tonight. And I'm going to rethink if I want to do it every week or not. I like doing it. I have liked doing it for the last, month and a half, 2 months. But the problem right now is we got so much going on in the realm of new games coming out. It's hard for me to figure out what to do each stream, And I'm trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. I want to keep things in the rotation that are going to keep advancing. I think today we had great advancement. We actually found the cave that has all these resources we're going to need to use. We got the iron, so now we have armor, we have the iron equipment. But, it has to be something that's also going to be supported. If we could have played other games tonight and people would have liked it more so they would have supported, then we got to consider that. Tell us a good story. Once upon a time, there was someone who really liked chill Minecraft streams, and they came by Darkside Phil's stream, and they dropped a 20 bomb of subs to save the stream and to hit the goals. And so we played the celebratory animation in the background. We all rejoiced at the goals being hit yet again, and everyone was happy. The people danced in the streets of joy. And a disgusting drowned zombie gurgled in anticipation of excitement.
And the money wasn't coming in. And DSP got angrier and angrier as he's now threatened to wage quit Minecraft if people don't start supporting. And it's quite funny, all the time DSP says, oh, it's okay if we don't hit a goal here or there. Now, every single playthrough, the first time there's low support, he's threatened to wage quit it. Every single game. Doesn't matter if there's 9 streams in a row where he hit the goal. If on the 10th stream, he doesn't hit the goal, it's over, it's gone, nobody wants it, nobody's supporting, bye, we'll do something else. Scumbag. And not only was it low support, we're now into OT. That is right. Remember, he always says, I have no time to spend with my wife. I have to get out of here. But when support is low, he stays in that room, sometimes up to an extra hour. But remember guys, his family's first. Definitely not because low support. Despite him playing Minecraft for the second playthrough, he still doesn't understand how to play the game. And as Autoban points out, this dude actually just mined diamond with a stone pickaxe With hundreds of hours put in Minecraft, I can't. This dude is a goddamn retard. Then DSP noticed his controller had a little bit of drift in it. So what does DSP do to fix it? He punches his controller. Then complains it's broken. It won't work. So you know what his solution is? He's gonna go on Amazon during the stream and try and order a new one. And he even says, I have a PS5 controller, but I don't want to use it with this. I'm just gonna buy a new controller. And yet again, DSP on the front page of Kick again. And money still not coming in. And then he's out there demanding over $100 in OT. Otherwise, Minecraft playthrough is over. It's gone. Ban, ban, ban. Gone forever. And it's your fault, dudes. And he's at $16. Pathetic. But then, the newest sock came in. Oompa Loompa, which perfectly describes cat, says, let's go with $20. And speaking of Oompa Loompa, DSP was mad at Cat because his turkey tacos were bad. And also the seasoning he uses for turkey tacos was gone. It was out. They didn't have any more, dude. And then the whales did not come in. And he ended up at $59 out of $150. So sad. Get fucked. And now DSP's gonna cope and seethe about not hitting the goals.
Tonight, support was not good for Minecraft. We only raised like 50 bucks. Now listen, I understand that not every single time that we play every single game we're going to be hitting the goal. That is the intention. That's what I like to do. You can't do it all the time. We actually had been on a really good streak of an entire week. We were hitting goals every stream. Now we didn't hit one. And it is what it is, all right? I'm not going to say, oh, forget Minecraft and everything because we didn't hit it once. We've actually had a great week up to now. So let's hope that it was just a one-off night. Let's hope that support picks up again. And next time we play Minecraft, people will actually show up and engage and support with it. Now, here's the thing. If this happens again next week, then I maybe got to rethink things. Listen, I really liked playing Minecraft as a late night chill stream. This Java run with the mods has been absolutely excellent. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens next time, okay? Good night.
And not only did DSP do over 20 minutes of overtime, not only did he cope and seethe that he didn't get the goal, he was stalling in slideshow. That is right, waiting for that Hail Mary. He wants it, dude. Give him the money. He's entitled to it. What a jackass. And now Tuesday, where DSP puts this out on Twitter. Today's first stream is live. The podcast is back. And today we'll get up to date on all the current playthroughs and the supposed issues with my Xbox Elite 2 controller. Yeah, the issues with your controller is that you smashed it like a Neanderthal and wonders why it doesn't work. Then DSP went on a rant where he said, and I quote, I'm known as a podcaster. No, you're known as the guy who jerked off on stream and plays games very, very badly. Then we have this comic strip here where a skinny guy says to a muscular guy, wow, how did you get like that? Muscular guy, every time Phil lies, I do one push-up. And then skinny guy, Jesus Christ. Then we have DSP working at Subway, and he has two name tags. One says, hello, and the other says, Dave. Then DSP said, Elden Ring A Night Reign is like Fortnite. And he's unsure if he wants to even play it, because he doesn't like Fortnite, dude. So last week, DSP claimed he could not do a hot sauce taste test, called people fucking morons, banned people, and said it would kill his guts. But now, dudes, if money's involved, of course he'll do it, dude.
That's not viable, that doesn't work, that I can't do. It's every time, without fail. I don't get, if I got a big amount of great suggestions, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But say, let's do a hot sauce taste testing. How could I do that? Right? I'm a streamer who's gonna stream games today. I can't try 3 hot sauces, get sick to my stomach, and then stream games. If I was someone who, my whole point of the stream was just to do stunts and raise money, then that would work, right? But that's not what I'm doing. That's not reward at 90 goals hit. And there's already been some interesting ideas. For example, some people have said, what about trying hot sauces and stuff like that? Like, I'd be willing to do that. But first of all, I need to know the hot sauces you guys want me to test. And then what I would have to do is get food ahead of time. Like, maybe I would get some like, you know, boneless chicken bites or whatever from the grocery store that I could try the hot sauce on. I don't want to just sit here sucking cups of hot sauce. I want to have it with food, right? So...
And DSP goes on another crash out, this time over his hair, and says what people see is just a part in his hair. He's not going bald, dude. But then also says there's a part of his hair in the back that is going bald. Make that make sense.
Anyway, folks, you know what's funny? People, Hot Sauce, who we know is a troll, on Kick says, can you lean over again so we can see the bald spot better? You mean the top of my head? This part here? The part that I have in my hair, that's a bald spot to you? It's a part. Have you ever heard of a part before? I actually am starting to lose hair. It's in the back of my head, not the top. The top of my head is fine. It's a part. I swear, you people on the internet, some of you are just so insane. Like, you hyperfixate, you hyperfocus on the dumbest stuff that doesn't even exist. And then you regurgitate it in your own circles like morons, and you think it's true. You're nuts. It's called a natural part. See it right here? It's a natural part in my hair. That happens because when you have hair, you get a part. It just happens. It's not a bald spot. There's hair there. It just parts there. The level of a mania. My bald spot is way back. I'm telling you, I'm losing my hair right back here at the back of my head. I know that. Right here, there's a spot at the back of my head that I'm losing some hair. I'm well aware of that. That's common knowledge. Not a big deal. But not here where you're claiming that I have bald. He's bald. No, how am I bald? Are you fucking idiot? People are so weird. Are they not? They're fucking bizarre. And again, they'll just sitting there and they'll just regurgitate the same nonsense and then they believe it. Oh, no, it's true. It's a meme, so it must be true. If you say so, stupid. I mean, I can't make you have an independent thought in your head. If you want to be a dunce and a fucking amoeba your whole life and believe your bullshit, go for it. But it just makes you a completely worthless person. It just makes you completely pointless to society as a whole. Anyway.
And then DSP went on a rant yet again about Subway, and during this rant, he called Burger King food fresh food, and also at one point called Burger King gourmet food. This man has lost his damn mind. Then are you ready for yet another crash out? So everyone knows DSP has no passion for games. He is dead on the inside, he is soulless, and he goes through the motion just for money. And someone's gonna say this to him, which is gonna cause DSP to crash out like crazy.
Okay. All right. I love how you toxic fuckers in chat. Oh, here's clips of where he died inside when he actually enjoyed games. I'm enjoying the hell out of myself playing Blueprints. You're just a fucking stick in the mud idiot who doesn't understand anything about life. All right? You think that because I'm having a chill time with the audience and enjoying solving puzzles and interacting rather than freaking out at people, you know, virtual things and stuff. What are you talking about? And by the way, that was only just a few years ago. What you were seeing in the clip, that's not like 10, 15 years ago. But I love idiots who talk shit all the time, especially when I'm not here. They think I'm not going to see that, right? Okay. Anyway.
And it was announced the US Senate has passed no tax on tips. However, there is a catch to this. So later on in the details, it said no tax on cash tips, which would eliminate DSP from this process. And then DSP in the past has done the slave trade joke, and now he had the chance for the easiest layup of all time. When someone asked him if you could travel back in time, which side of the Civil War would you choose? And of course, we got Fence, Sid, and Phil. Let's hear what he has to say about this.
Luigi mentioned in the house today 100 knock super chat. Let's see how much that's worth. They said, if you time travel to the American Civil War, which side would you pick if you got the choice? You're gonna ask me, the Mr. Complete opposite of a history buff, to answer a question like that. What a foolish thing. Much like anything, I'm sure it's an incredibly complex question that an answer warrants actual thought and research, and I'm not going to do that in the middle of blueprints. So thank you for the $9.75 super chat, because that's how much that one's worth, actually.
And then Theo noticed something. Another dolphin came back. Darkside dabbing on Kick. Because when Kino broke up with DSP, Phil banned Darkside dabbing, calling him a troll and a sock account, and said he's gone, he's never coming back. Well, look at that. Darkside dabbing is back. And probably giving him money on your sock accounts. Then if you want proof that DSP sits on tips and then begs people to give him money so he can milk more and more money out of them, we have Ian S, who's a dolphin for DSP, puts this in the chat. At DSP Gaming, I sent you a tip 10 minutes ago. Did you get it? And what he'll do is he'll keep that to the end of the stream because he knows if he hits the goal too early, nobody's gonna support after that. So he tries to milk more and more out of his dents. Then we have Carl David Jobs Real. Hello, you absolute legends. I have found myself deep in generational debt through a defamation lawsuit against an internet celebrity. I'm here announcing my intentions to file for a second bankruptcy in the future, and I've been told DSP Gaming Real is proficient at this kind of thing. I am once again seeking advice on this matter. And it looks like the views for Darkside Phil is not going very well, as yesterday he got between 155 views to 433 views, with most of the low viewed videos being his gameplay videos. And if you want to see how positive, chill, and robust DSP is, let's hear the words of a very positive streamer.
Totally forgot about putting it on this morning. Hot Sauce, I look sad because you keep asking dumb questions in the chat instead of supporting. So support the stream right now. Then I'll stop looking so sad in your opinion if you just shut up and send some subs my way. Thank you. There we go. Totally forgot.
And DSP, especially when he plays a shooter, has tunnel vision. He only sees in front of him, he doesn't look to the side, behind him. He has no idea what's going on around him. And this is his criticism of Doom the Dark Ages combat. Enemies can get behind you and one-shot you even if you're going with the flow of the combat, except you never check your sides or behind you. You always focus of the enemy in front of you, and you camp in corners like a bitch. Then it seems like DSP has been scamming Kick because he's part of the partner program, and what that means is he gets an hourly wage. However, because DSP streams to multiple other platforms, he gets a lower wage because he streams to other platforms. Now, if he solely streamed to Kick, his hourly wage would be higher. And what DSP's been doing is when he goes live on Kick, there's a little box he has to check to say, I'm also streaming on other platforms. Well, apparently DSP was not doing that, and he's trying to fool Kick into give him more money, higher wages. But it looks like Kick is starting to catch on.
Kick support wants me to check my email. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kick support. Appreciate that. I totally forgot. Kick support, you just did me a solid. Thank you, Kick support. Thank you, Kick support. That's so nice of them that they do that. I appreciate that. I totally forgot to enable the multi-streaming, and it would have screwed me over. Thank you, Kick support. You can unpin that now, guys. Thank you. Wow. That is so nice of them to give heads up like that. Awesome. Okay. Continuing on.
And now DSP is going to say how he lives in Bizarro World. Things that are easy for me are hard for others. And things that are hard for others are easy for me. No, you're just a drunken jackass who doesn't know what he's doing, Phil.
I have hard luck when it comes to things that everyone else can just do simply and easily. But I have incredible luck when it comes to things that are difficult. So I'll play a video game, right? It's the easiest game ever, and I get stuck, and I just get destroyed by the game, and everyone laughs at me. But then I'll play an incredibly hard game that no one else can beat, and I'll just beat it easily right away. It's happened with Sekiro. With Sekiro, I got to the final boss. Everyone's like, this is going to be hilarious. This is going to take Phil several streams just to beat the final boss. Everyone's having a tough time. I beat the final boss in 15 minutes. It was actually easier than most of the other stuff in the game for me. I just completely bullied the fucker and destroyed it. You know? That's life for me. It's like opposite land for me.
And now that DSP is being laughed at over his Subway crash out, he decides to go on yet another crash out. This time, his target is the FGC. But remember guys, he doesn't want to talk about FGC, he doesn't want to talk about drama, and told them, keep my name out of your mouth, and I'm no longer talking about you, nothing to do with them, I'm not part of the FGC. Well, here's DSP starting drama with the FGC.
So, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, I know they're going to rebalance the game. I know it's going to be different, and everyone's going to have to relearn it again. By the way, a lot of people already know all the changes. I'm serious. A lot of people already are talking, oh, we've analyzed all the changes. Here they are. Well, then why even make the changes? If you've already told everyone all the changes that haven't even hit yet, they don't hit till the first week of June, but you told everyone about them so everyone's ready, then why have the changes at all? Now everyone will know the meta again because you talked about it again. You're so fucking stupid. The FGC is fucking stupid. They're brain dead idiots. They literally spoil everything before it's out. I don't understand their mindset. They've got to be some of the dumbest people. To tell everyone the secrets of a competitive game before they're even released is just asinine and insanely mouth-drooling dumb. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm even going to bother with it, quite frankly. I do own the pack. I bought the season pass, but I don't even know if I'm going to care. To have to go back and now learn again, have to learn everything again from ground up. I'm not playing it, so I have to study videos and do dumb shit. Probably not even worth it. For what? To play with Elena for a few streams and be like, you know, big deal? I don't think so. I don't know. It just seems like a chore at this point, rather than fun. You know what I mean? Like.
Then in a moment that is absolutely hilarious, DSP's talking about companies doing bad jobs and says, if you don't call them out for doing bad job, then you're part of the problem. Now listen to what he says and how it applies to himself as well with Burnell Enterprises.
You know what's actually funny? Are you ready for this? Some of the comments on the Subway DSP Tries It are something to this effect. Well, surely you know that if you want good food, you have to go there in person. What did you expect if you ordered for delivery? And I'm like, wait a minute. You actually think that it's acceptable that if you order food from a restaurant, that they can give you shit because you ordered and you're not there to yell at them for doing it wrong? Are you an asshole? Are you that dense and stupid? No, you should always demand quality when you pay for something. It doesn't matter if you're there to keep your eye on them to make sure they're not fucking around. They should always do it right. If they don't always do it right, then you have a right to criticize and call them out. The fact that you would say, oh, it's your fault because you weren't there in person, what kind of mentality have we gotten to in America? If that's really the case, in America, the land of keeping an eye on someone to make sure they don't slack off, what the fuck is that? No, absolutely not. That's not how it should be at all. It shouldn't be that you have to force people to do their job. They should just do their fucking job that they're getting paid for. Get it? If you have that mentality, you're part of the problem. Really. If you just accept mediocrity, or in this case, utter failure. If you accept it, oh, well, that's your fault because you weren't there. You're a part of the problem. You're one of the reasons why people get away with it, you stupid idiot. You should not allow them to get away with that bad stuff. You should complain. You should call them out on it.
Then people were asking Phil, why don't you just play different games? If something's not working, just play something random. And DSP says he can't play random games he likes because people will leave and stop supporting. That is why he has to have scheduled streams. Even though, in the past, he's dropped games to play other games or move things around. But of course, who am I to question the cult leader DSP? Then you're never gonna believe this, guys. You're never gonna believe this. Support was low, and then one person saved the stream. Are you ready for this, guys? You're never gonna believe who this is, guys.
Here talking with you guys. I received a $76 tip from Tip. The name actually says Tip. So we did it because of a Hail Mary last minute contribution. We actually just hit the goal. $76 tip out of nowhere. Well, whoever that is, thank you. Don't know who it is. I know people will say it's made up. It's not. Thank you so much, Anonymous76. Well, it's not really anonymous. It's Tip. the $76 tipper. Thank you. With that, we have done it. In fact, we exceeded it because we were at 79. So
And it's funny and pathetic at the same time that DSP is now saying, oh, the person's name was Tip, instead of saying it was anonymous, because everyone's catching on to his anonymous grift here. And I have a theory about that, but we'll get into that in a bit. And DSP says, DSP tries it is a little side thing he does. It's not what his content is about. Now keep in mind, the entire stream is, guys, give me money, let's hit goals, let's do DSP tries it. You want to see me do DSP tries it, right? Every single minute, it's all about goals, goals, goals. And what is the reward for goals? DSP tries it. And that's what your brand is all about, Phil. Begging for money to hit goals so your wife doesn't have to cook and you get fatter and fatter. Delusional side Phil has arrived yet again. Oh, but in the night stream, guys, it was low support again. And he's now gonna call out his audience that he's only made $30 so far, which is $30 more than you should get. And how tonight's gameplay is being outperformed by blueprints earlier.
I'm going to take just a couple minutes break here to use the restroom, drain the lizard. I'll be right back. But please, guys, support the stream tonight. Tonight we have one singular person who supported on Kick. We have one singular tip. And we have like 2 super chats and that's it. I don't know what's going on. All right? Please, let's support Doom tonight. I want you to think about this. We hit the support goal and exceeded it for blueprints earlier today. All right? I just want to put this. You guys say, oh, I like action. I want one who plays action games that are challenging and he rages when he dies. That's what I'm playing. I'm also on ultra violence. I'm going to have more difficulty because you guys said don't play standard, play hard. So I'm playing on the hard difficulty. We're entering chapter 16 of 22. Let's get some support for the stream right now. I'll be right back. I got to pee.
And then we have Oompa Loompa yet again. $2 super chat. If someone contributes $100, I will tip another $100. What a cuck. And DSP yet again. Being a bitch, being salty, being a loser in Doom. Has to lash out yet again.
Yeah, where's your highlight there? Will that highlight go on X tonight? Of me getting the challenge, the very last chance, and doing an expert shot and killing them all? No, of course not. That will never be highlighted because your narrative doesn't fit it, you little pussy limp dick bitches. Anyway, looks like we're...
And just like blueprints, Doom was not doing very well. The money was still not coming in. And yet, another stream in overtime. And he kept saying, guys, I can't stay late. I have to get out of here. But kept staying there, hoping for the whale Mary. So let's see how DSP was doing in Doom on this night.
Here we go. That's it. Wow. Got the challenge with the one VFC shot I had. Cleared the goddamn room. That's how it's done, boys. Challenge completed. Nicely. That's right. I'm a professional. It's my job. It's my job to be doing this. Come on. Yeah. Where's your highlight there? Will that highlight go on X tonight? Of me getting the challenge, the very last chance, and doing an expert shot and killing them all? No, of course not. That will never be highlighted because your narrative doesn't fit it, you little pussy limp dick bitches. Anyway, looks like...
And yet again, Oompa Loompa, $20. Easy game for Phil. Let's go. And DSP still not getting the money. Still not at the goal. And he's now demanding, are you guys going to support or not? And then even goes further saying how long it's been since he got contributions on YouTube and Kick.
Guys, is anyone going to support the stream tonight? We got about a half an hour left. I have not had anything on the YouTube side in over an hour. I think it's actually the same for Kick, honestly. Yeah, kind of sucks. If you guys like Doom, please support Doom. For God's sakes.
And for the longest time, DSP kept saying, I'm gonna take my time, I'm gonna play the game however I wanna play it. And people kept saying, you lose your audience because you play it so slow. All the other streamers beat it in record time compared to you. And now he says he can't complete games fast because people will complain he's beating games too fast and he will lose his audience. Phil, your audience is trolls. And nobody, and I mean nobody, even wants to watch you play games. And now my theory on all these anonymous tips that save the stream, which by the way, save this stream as well, is that he's back to support levels or worse than pre-Kino and refuses to show that because it would give everyone a win and show him as a failure. His lashing out is because he refuses to downgrade his life. And then look at that daily rap. And what was it about? Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, yeah, yeah. And also, he's thinking about wage quitting Doom. And now Wednesday, where DSP is going to get broken by Doom all over again in an epic meltdown that is legendary. And he starts off the day talking about Doom Eternal and how it was only popular and overhyped because it came out during COVID. And he also said Animal Crossing only sold a lot of copies because people had nothing else to do. If there was no COVID, it would have only done 1/3 of the sales. That is right, Animal Crossing, the popular series, he said, would have not done as well. And every time a game gets low support, DSP decides to crap all over the game. However, when a game gets support, it's the greatest thing in the world, dude. Isn't it awesome? And because last night was low supported for Doom The Dark Ages, all of a sudden, Doom isn't exciting. And it's not interesting. And it's the game's fault for being too long. Then DSP, the gaming expert, says Dark the Doom Ages should have been $40. And if it was this price, it would have done a lot better. Now keep in mind, it was on Game Pass. And DSP himself paid $30 extra so he could play it 2 days early, and everyone still beat it before him. I love how the guy who went bankrupt for $500,000, you know, $500,000 Phil, thinks he knows better than everyone else. And consistently, the dumbest person alive with every single take of his is the dumbest possible take. And then DSP noticed Atari games were being added to Game Pass. And now, he wants to play Atari games on stream. Your audience doesn't let you play modern games. You think they're gonna watch and pay for you to play Atari games? That is a disaster waiting to happen. Then again, DSP's whole life is a disaster that keeps on happening. And DSP wants to quit Doom so bad, but he's worried. People are gonna make fun of him. It's gonna go viral. He's already gone viral once for Doom. If he quits it, he's gonna go viral a second time, and he's gonna be the joke of the internet again, dude. And he doesn't want another Kirby incident. And he is committed to finishing this game this week to get it off the calendar so he never has to play it again. But remember guys, he loves his job, he loves his life, and this is all about passion, dude. And at the same time, he said, Doom is not very interesting, it's not exciting. And then said, he's gonna start increasing the amount of times he plays Blueprints a week, since that's exciting and the audience is there for it and supporting it. Then in a moment that was absolutely hilarious, DSP was talking about PlayStation shutting down the Stars program and was talking about how Game Pass is so much better and listed all the games he played this year on Game Pass and said in the future, he's gonna be playing Liza P DLC on Game Pass. First off, Liza P got taken off of Game Pass, so he has to buy that entire game, which is gonna piss him off. And two, any DLC for a game on Game Pass is always charged extra. You do not get DLC for games when they come out on Game Pass. So get fucked twice, Phil. And this shot right here amplifies what you saw all the time on his Expedition 33 stream. Expedition failed. Because even now, DSP is struggling to play Expedition 33 even though he's over leveled. His current requirement for bosses is 15. He's in his 40s. He is way overpowered. But let's see him in action. Let's see how he does in the game for the Game and Pro expert.
I'm getting closer. I'm understanding the fight. You know what would help me to do it a little better would be some support. If I get some support right now, that'd be amazing. Considering we're only a third of the way to the goal on today's stream, it would be great to get some support. What? I parried it. They're full of shit. Totally did it.
On me.
I did it, dude. I'm so tired of this. I'm doing it with the delay on the parry and it doesn't work. It's fucked up. I'm parrying correctly.
Oh, well.
And again, the money was not coming in. And he says in the same sentence, I'm keeping this game in the rotation. Followed up by, I need support to keep this in the rotation. That is right, money, money, yeah, give me money or this game is gone. Ban, gone, forever. And then he finally beat a boss he was having trouble with. And he says, you should support him because he beat a boss in a game. And described it as defying the odds. What a jackass. And then goes on to say, no, it's not that I didn't have the parry right. It's that the parry wasn't timed with what was on the screen. Make that make sense. And then would you look at that? Out of nowhere, anonymous, $53 to hit the goal. What a shock, I know. Anonymous never tips him, right? Definitely not fake. Then we have this in the night stream from Ryan's mother. Is there a Mr. Philip Burnell here? I need to have the word with him about the debt my son racked up on my credit card. Now it's time for the mental breakdown of DSP playing Doom. He is tired of this, but he can't quit because people will make fun of him. So now he's torturing himself as he's getting worse and worse at this game. So let's see Crash Out King crash out at Doom.
Oh, this is bullshit. That's complete bullshit. No, I should not have died. Nonsensical garbage. I got cheated out of the revive I just earned. I can't block. Dude, I've had it. It's such bullshit. This is not fucking fun, you idiots. It's not fun when you surround me with enemies that always get cheap hits. I can't see them all. I can't possibly dodge them all because there's no fucking dodge. This sucks. This pisses me the fuck off. What a shit. Here, you know what? BFG these fucks. I've had enough. Did you want to fucking piss me off? Fine. I can play your fucking game, bitch. Okay, that's one. That's two. What is hitting me? I can't see what's hitting me. I'm getting shot again from all fucking directions. I just keep getting attacked. Look, I'm still getting attacked. You tell me. What hit me? What the fuck hit me? I still fucking died. I didn't do that. I never pressed E. Can't even move. I couldn't move. This game sucks. This is fucking insane. I was frozen, I couldn't move, I couldn't fire, I couldn't use my shield, even though the guy was stunned. This is fucking terrible. This is atrocious gameplay. Awful fucking room designed by idiots. I know it's a challenge room. No, it's a pain in the ass, punch you in the balls room, you fucking idiots. You can't play it like a normal part of the game, the way you designed it. Those are the toughest enemies of the game. They have way too much health, and they have homing shots, and you can barely ever attack their armor. It's insanely frustrating. Killed from behind. Yeah, this sucks. I didn't do that. I never pressed E. Can't even move. I couldn't move. This game sucks. This is fucking insane. I was frozen, I couldn't move, I couldn't fire, I couldn't use my shield, even though the guy was stunned. This is fucking terrible. This is atrocious gameplay. Awful fucking room designed by idiots. I know it's a challenge room. No, it's a pain in the ass, punch you in the balls room, you fucking idiots. You can't play it like a normal part of the game, the way you designed it. Why does this room exist? What is the point of having a room with an insane gauntlet of all of the most tough enemies in the game, all supercharged? What is the reward going to be? It's going to be a fucking document that says something about the stage. It's going to be nothing. Yeah, this fucking sucks. This is just ass. Yeah, at this point, it's not. How is this fun? Wow, we really made this room to really have fun in the game. There's no fun. Just an idiot made this. Whoever designed this room actually is a fucking idiot. I'll call him out right now. Go ahead, tell him. Hey, you work at id Software, you made this room? You're a fucking idiot. You made the opposite of all the game mechanics of what the game is in a room where you can't use any of them. So why put that in the game? You're near the end of the game. This is chapter 18 out of 22. Why put a room where you can't use any game mechanics? Fuck these idiots. I just lost 72 health to nothing. Nothing hit me. The projectile went to my left, and I jumped to go over the acid, and I just lost all my health for no reason. If the next 4 chapters are just endless waves of this stuff and you can't use your berserk, I actually don't want to play the game anymore. This is the opposite of fun to anyone who plays a fucking video game. I don't want to do it. I'm bored to tears. I can't block. Dude, I've had it. It's such bullshit. This is not fucking fun, you idiots. It's not fun. when you surround me with enemies that always get cheap hits. I can't see them all. I can't possibly dodge them all because there's no fucking dodge. This sucks. This pisses me the fuck off. Just hit me. What is hitting me? I can't see what's hitting me. I'm getting shot again from all fucking directions. This is insane. I just keep getting attacked. Look, I'm still getting attacked. You tell me what hit me. What the fuck hit me? I still fucking died? This sucks. It's just unfair. When you have two major boss enemies on opposite ends of the room hitting you, you can never fight one, and they're always gonna get a cheap hit on you from the other side. I just got health and I died. What even hit me? I got the health from the guy and I died instantly. Trying to get the cycler out, not the... I'm trying to get the cycler out. Wow, great controls. Immediately, the other enemy hits me from the other side of the arena with a homing attack and kills me instantly. Yeah, this is just awful. I don't think I want to play this anymore. I'm blocking. I'm blocking. You tell me what I did wrong. I was blocking. What am I supposed to do to get through here? And once you get bit, they teleport you out. How do you do this? How are you supposed to get through this? It's impossible. The doors, if they're going the other way, you could walk through. You can't walk through it this way.
And you want to hear the funniest part about him dying over and over and over in that room with acid? It was optional. He didn't even have to do it. He could have quit at any time and proceeded to do the story. But no, his ego got in the way. He had to finish it, dude, because he could pick up a controller and play any game at a competitive level. And not only was he bad at the game, he didn't understand the story. He didn't understand the characters that were in this game and also Eternal, like King Novik. And at one point, he thought he was the king of hell. And would you look at that, at the end of the stream, all of a sudden, all the sock accounts come around. It's almost like this happens every single stream. Then in a moment that was absolutely hilarious, DSP kept saying, "Where's the laser sword? They showed it in all the game's promotions. We still haven't seen it yet. And we only have 2 chapters left." And people were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then DSP goes, "Oh, it's in all the trailers, all the promotion videos. It was hyped up because it's medieval. So shield and laser sword." And everyone's like, no, they didn't do that. He's like, what? I could have sworn they did. Gin brain, everyone. Gin brain. And then he kept saying, I really have to go. I really have to go. I can't stay here. Come on, guys. I gotta spend time with my family. Are we not gonna hit the goal? Are you not gonna give me money? And then stalled and stalled and stalled. Remember these nights when he says, I work so hard, I never get to see my family. I never get to spend time with my wife. It's because of stuff like this, Phil. Oh, and WWE Champions, and DoorDash, and Jin. And DSP announced that tomorrow, there will be no podcast. Because he's getting this game beat and getting the fuck off the schedule. He is done with this game, he's not playing around. Doom is gone no matter what tomorrow. Then he ends saying, I was hoping to make more progress and finish the game up, but it's becoming an annoyance. And now we get to Thursday, where DSP is gonna struggle yet again in Doom, but finally beat it and get it off the schedule. Then he's gonna get White Girl wasted with White Claws. But we start today in the pre-stream chat, where DSP says, I wish I was doing something chill today instead of Doom. It's just boring now, gone on way too long, and there's nothing new anymore, so it's just repetitive. It's an issue of quality over quantity. Like, why is Doom over 20 hours long? It shouldn't be longer than 15 unless you have new stuff to offer, which they obviously ran out of. And then someone asked about Doom Eternal, and asked DSP, is Dark Ages worse than Eternal? And DSP, Eternal was worse in my opinion. 2016 had exactly the right balance of everything. Doom Eternal was more annoying than difficult. It made you do the same gameplay loop so much it got boring really quick. And DSP shoots down an idea to put a humidifier in his room because he says it will damage his computer. And despite DSP making tons of money this week, he says he's behind on goals and he needs you to support with 2 goals today so he can get DSP Tries It tomorrow. And as Poems Past points out, remember, this was meant to be a no pressure system that allowed you to support whenever you wanted. Then on Kick, we had the user Your Future Stepdad claiming they will match Kick subs today because he wants DSP to hit 2 goals today. What a cuck. And DSP declared, if he hits 2 goals today, it'll be worth the suffering of finishing Doom. That is right, he's so stressed out, dude. He has to play a video game today. My god, the manual labor this guy goes through on a daily basis. Then despite DSP saying, we're not gonna do a podcast today, he did a pre-stream, 30 minutes. And 20 minutes of that was talking about support and asking for 2 goals. So we saw the meltdown yesterday over Doom. Now, DSP is gonna be equally angry today as he tries to finish Doom. Let's see how well that went for him as he finally finished Doom after everyone else has already finished it.
What's hilarious is the stage isn't done. It's still continuing. They haven't figured out that the stage is too fucking long and that it's boring as shit. They actually made the stage continue further. I mean, they're idiots. This is so boring. How is the stage still fucking continuing? I've been on the stage for 90 minutes. It's still not done? What is wrong with these morons? I get stuck on stuff. I can't tell what I'm stuck on. This is just shit, man. I'm just bored. I'm bored to tears. I don't want to play it anymore. Seriously, like, the game has overstayed its welcome so badly with this garbage. It's just not fun to play. There's not even any story here. This is a waste of time. This entire chapter's been a waste. How is the stage still fucking continuing? I've been on the stage for 90 minutes. It's still not done? What is wrong with these morons? Again, spawned another guy next to me. Yep, there he is. That again. Dude, it's exactly the same. It spawns a guy behind me that I don't know is there. They take my entire life bar with 1 hit. How many times are they gonna fucking do this? It's so boring.
Vessel scan.
It's so boring.
Bridge.
There's nothing I can do. There's too many. It spawns too many enemies. I can't fight 700 mini bosses. This is so boring.
Vessel scan.
Right in my face, nothing I can do about it. Oh my goodness. What? I literally climbed up and stood still, and the game propelled me backwards off of the cube. Yikes. Wait a minute, I spawned with the enemy hitting me. I literally spawned with the imp smacking me. I mean, it's terrible. This is not fun. This is crap. It's garbage. Yeah, there's no sword, Battle Duck. I figured that one out. It's a game called The Dark Ages where you're supposed to be in pre-story, prequel medieval times, and there's no sword. You didn't think, oh, maybe people will want a sword if you have a shield. Apparently that didn't occur to id Software. No sword, but a crossbow, right. Stupid. I'm telling you, the game has fallen apart at the end. It really has. My opinion of the game was great. These last 2 chapters, the game has completely gotten awful. Can't move. I'm stuck. What are you talking about? First of all, he fired. I parried. They claimed I mistimed it. No, I didn't. Then I go hit him. I'm just instantly dead. From what? There's nothing there attacking me. How could I have taken damage? The game is fucking awful, man. How did you say I got bit? He was stunned. How did he bite me? What the fuck are you talking about, you terrible fucking game? How could he possibly have bitten me? What happened? I have no clue. I have no clue what happened.
So on Kick, DSP had the sock account, Your Future Stepdad, say, if anyone gives a sub, I will match it. Now, someone named Ronald is claiming they will match tip for tip. This is definitely not set up behind the scenes, dude. Definitely not pre-arranged. And then DSP had to get up because he said he had to go for a walk with his wife. Then we see Phil walking his wife on a leash. And this reminds me of when he used to go jogging. It's like, oh yeah, in between streams and on my break, I used to jog to the mailbox and back. And then at one point said, oh, I jogged like 2 miles in 30 minutes or something like that. But he was still out of breath for doing 1 push-up. Make that make sense. And then DSP announced in the summertime, his big event will be the closet cleanout. And he described this event as a DIY, do-it-yourself event. Make that make sense to me. And then we have Oompa Loompa, $5 super chat. If you beat this game, this stream, I'll donate $100. And you know, DSP's eyes lit up when he saw this. And he went into overtime and he made sure he beat Doom today. He wants that money. He needs it. He really, really does. And DSP's still complaining that Doom the Dark Ages is too long. It's 20 plus hours. And there you have main story, 13 hours. Main plus sides, 17 hours. Of course, this is DSP who drags everything out. A 10-hour game to DSP will be 30 hours. And then DSP showing how entitled, how much of a douchebag he is, how much he thinks your money is his money, and because he turned on a camera, he deserves that money, dude. He is now demanding that Oompa Loompa give him $100 and give him the money he owes him.
Sadly, once again, no goal hit. We had an offer from Your Future Stepdad. Literally, no one took him up on it. And then we had Oompa Loompa claiming that they were going to do $100 if I beat it, and they didn't. So yeah, kind of a problem. We didn't hit the goal again. Again, we only did, think about it. We had over 60 bucks of support before I started playing the game. So I just played it for 4 hours and we only made 30 bucks. That game, sadly, is too repetitive. It's too repetitive to bring in support. People watch streams where there's more original stuff happening or interaction with me. You know what I'm saying?
And then we get to the night stream. And DSP right away, he's telling Oompa Loompa, you better pay up. You owe me that money, dude.
Yeah, Jinx says Oompa Loompa still owes you $100. So basically what happened was, if those who don't know, Oompa Loompa is someone who's been doing super chats all week. And they've been good super chats. They've been very supportive. Earlier today, I was playing Doom the Dark Ages, and it was around roughly like 3 p.m. And they said, if you beat Doom the Dark Ages on this stream, I will do a $100 contribution. And I said, all right, I mean, I'm going for it. Like, literally, that's what I want to do. I want to beat it this stream, so we're done with the game. I pushed forward, and I did. We were only like maybe 10, 15 minutes over, not even, when we finished. And then he didn't say anything or contribute. Now, to be fair, he hadn't said a word in chat for over an hour, so maybe he just wasn't there anymore. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if they contribute or not. If they don't, what can I do, right? What I will say is this, though, for those that are calling out, maybe you should contribute. You ever think of that? And maybe you should step up and contribute to the stream if you like it. Maybe you should be the one who actually gets us to our goal tonight. We'll see.
And just like the cuck that he is, here is Oompa Loompa, $100 super chat, and says, here's the money I owe you, Phil. Sorry, I had some business to take care of. Have a wonderful stream, King. But remember, guys, it's definitely not a cult. Then we have this comment here. Star Forward, one trick. This has to be the worst PC gaming setup of all time. Look at the arm angle. Then we have Canadian Kirk, again, under a sock account, you're not funny, freaking out in the chat. Has Phil been stalking me too? And is the reason why he hasn't responded to a thing I've said all night? Alright, peace, Phil. I know you read everything. I say I don't know why you didn't reply to anything I said. I can only conclude the worst, anyways, later. And then DSP says his audience is forcing him to buy the DLC for Trucker Simulator for Oregon. Against his will, dude. And then called it trash and called the DLC a waste of money. Okay, so now it is time to see how Truck Simulator went for DSP. And he talks about no taxes on tips, which doesn't apply to him because it's only cash tips. He's gonna drink more White Claws on stream. And he's gonna tell a very weird story that he's told before, but changes the details over time, so you know he's lying. And remember when he said, I never smoke weed? Well, now he's gonna say, I got high and smoked it all the time.
23 bucks of support. We had Tag with a $2 super chat. What's your thoughts on the no tax on overtime and tips? I didn't hear anything about no tax on overtime. I did hear about no tax on tips. It's not clear how that's going to work yet. The reason I say that is because they're saying it's on cash tips. But what's considered a cash tip when someone hands you money? Or actually a transaction that's considered a tip with, I don't know. You guys tip me all the time. Is that considered a cash tip that's not taxable anymore up to that $25,000 limit that they've signed into law? The thing is, it won't affect taxes this year at all. I don't think it'll even affect next year. Usually it's like a 2-year stagger. So what I'll have to do is check with my tax guy next year and say, hey, does it apply to next year's taxes or whatever? And see if we can figure it out or not. I don't know. So, so anyway, what Morning After Kill says, no, it's only for people who make under minimum wage. I don't make a wage. I literally don't make a wage. I don't make a wage at all. I literally live off contributions. I have no set hourly rate at all, so I might qualify. No one is paying me and saying, hey, because you're working, here, get this amount of money an hour and we have a contract. I don't have that. So I might qualify for it. I don't know. Anyway, so Gabriel, $2 super chat. All right. Well, let's start drinking some White Claw. We got a pineapple White Claw here tonight, everybody. All right, you know what? When will she start streaming? Probably never. Do you really think it's smart for her to stream? People harass her for the 10 seconds she's on one of my streams and haven't shut up about it in a year. Can you imagine if she tried to do her own stream, the level of harassment she would get? So, probably never gonna happen. Once again, if human beings were fucking normal and not degenerate scumbags, you know, she probably would do it, but, you know. You guys have heard before. Part you may have heard, but maybe not the whole thing. So, when I was younger, when I was in college, okay, I had friends from various different walks of life. I had friends from, like, the arcade scene from playing, like, Street Fighter in arcades and stuff. But I also had friends from high school.
Keep left.
And so, at one point, these friends were, like, mingling and stuff, right? And I remember when I was in college, there was one time my roommates wanted to get some weed. And I don't care for weed. I smoked it a few times with them and never really enjoyed it. But they really wanted to get high. We had, like, a day off with no classes or anything. This was in college. And they wanted to get high. Now, weed is not legal in Connecticut. So you had to go, you know, to someone to buy it. It's not legal, so, you know, it's kind of under the table. And so one of my friends from Street Fighter had said they knew someone. It was their contact to get weed and stuff. So we all went. It was me and them and a couple of my friends from school all went to meet this guy.
Keep
And
right. And then exit
it was
right.
in Bridgeport, Connecticut, for the record, where I lived and grew up. This kid lived there. And we went to his house, and he was
Exit
out
right.
hanging out on his porch with a bunch of his friends. So we kind of, like, went to the porch or whatever. And we were all hanging out, just standing around, all
Turn
right? And we were at, you know,
Turn
oh,
right.
shit, what? Porch, we're all just hanging out talking. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, okay, I start to feel, at first it kind of felt like, how can I describe it? Like, almost like a funny feeling, like someone was, like, had a fingernail and was going like this, like back here, on my back, like around where your, like, kidneys are. And I was like, I wonder what that is. And then I thought, oh, do I have a bug or something on me? And then all of a
Keep
sudden,
left. And then turn left.
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom,
Turn left.
it hits me. Okay. Oh, there was a green light. Oh shit, there was a green light. I didn't see it. I didn't see the turn signal light. It hits me. I get like a jolt. Now, the thing is about being tased, at least when I got tased by this taser, there's no pain. It legit doesn't hurt. It's just the most bizarre feeling in the world. It feels like you're itchy, but then all of a sudden you get this, like, sensation where you feel everything, like, wiggling and moving, and you're not controlling it. It just does it. And then it goes limp. So I got shocked right back there, and it went boom, and it just went all the way up, like, my side. And I was like, oh, and, you know, you can see my whole side kind of just started wiggling like crazy, but I did get away from it. It was a hand taser. It wasn't one of the ones that hooks into you or anything. It was like a hand tase. So I jumped away from it. I said, what the hell? And the kids showed me, and everyone laughed. And it was like, yeah, I didn't care. The taser doesn't hurt. And actually, I'd never been tased before, so I had no idea what it was going to feel like. It actually was kind of groovy and weird. I don't even know what to say. Like, it was just really bizarre. But I could see if that thing's on your skin long enough, you lose control of your whole body, you get, like, knocked out, right? So he tased me, and then he gave us this weed. We bought it from him, I should say. We definitely did not get it for free. We bought this weed. So we went back to campus, and we smoked up. Now, I'd only smoked up, at this point, I probably had smoked up, like, maybe 4 or 5 times. So I hadn't smoked up a ton. I never really liked it. Like, I didn't get much out of it. I didn't get super high like they claimed they did. I just kind of, I don't know. I got the munchies like everyone else does, and, you know, I would talk with them, but it wasn't like a great feeling. The endorphins didn't really, like, go out for me when I smoke. I just like people smoke up, they say it relaxes them or whatever. I didn't necessarily get that feeling when I smoked up, so I never really cared for it. But they really wanted to smoke up, and we had, like, a whole day to do nothing. And I'm like, all right, fine. So we all did it. We smoked up. And then, all right, fine. So we all did it. We smoked up. And then, as we were smoking up, you know, you get high. And as you're getting high, all of a sudden, okay, we're sitting in the dorm room, and we're looking around. And we realized something was off, okay? And we started looking around. We had smoked up at night. When we're looking around, it was midday, okay? It's middle of the day. We're like, we were just smoking, getting high, and it was night. Where did the night go? So we started looking around, and we checked. It was almost 2 days later, okay? I don't know what the hell the kid gave us in the weed. I don't know if he was fucking with us. I mean, he tased me to mess around with us. So maybe he was really trying to mess with us, and he put something in the weed that we lost a day and a half. Like, completely lost. We had no idea what we had done. We didn't know what we had eaten. We were wearing the same clothes. We hadn't showered. So we had basically done something, but we didn't know what. Now, the part that was messed up was we had been scheduled to have dinner with my roommate's parents that afternoon. Like, we were going to have it, like, early evening dinner. And we looked at the time, and we had, like, an hour. We were like, what the fuck? Like, we got to hurry. Because we just lost, like, 2 days, and we don't even know what we just did. Hopefully we didn't spend all our money. You know, hopefully we didn't get into trouble. We don't know, because we couldn't remember what the hell we had done. So we ended up going to, we were rushed, right? We rushed and hurried and got to dinner. And basically we had to completely bullshit our way through this dinner with my roommate's parents because we didn't know what we'd been up to. Of course, they're asking, what are you guys up to? Well, you know, what did you do today? And we had to make it up on the spot because we didn't even know. So actually, that was the last time I smoked. That was in freshman year of college. I smoked, and I was like, dude, if I have a chance of losing entire days of my life because of bad weed or tainted weed or whatever it may be, I don't want to fuck around with it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, yeah, you could get blackout drunk, but you don't actually lose entire days and then be like, where was I? Whatever. That's what I think anyway. I think that the kid was really messing with us bad, and not only did he tase me, but he gave us bad weed or fucked with weed. Now, why he would have done that, I don't know, because wouldn't it cost more money to give us the tainted weed? Like, let's say there was other drugs in it. Aren't those more expensive than weed? I would think that weed is pretty inexpensive compared to other hard drugs that he might have put in there. So why did he do that? I don't know. I'm very confused.
Exit right.
To this day, I just don't understand what happened, but... Let's see.
Keep right.
Did we fall asleep at any point? We don't know. We legit don't know. I told you we were smoking tonight, we were getting high, we started feeling high talking, and next thing we knew when we were like conscious of where it was like midday, a day and a half later in the afternoon, where apparently the high had worn off or whatever. Brent Jesse James says, when you got tased, did it leave a small burn? I didn't know it at first. But yes, after I had, looked in the mirror, there was a mark. It wasn't really a burn, because remember, he had just touched me very briefly. Again, it's not the one that hooks in and keeps tasing you. So there was a mark on my back where he had done it. Everyone's saying something different. Someone says it was spray weed. Someone says it was laced with something. I was a victim of sexual assault by aliens. That could be. Maybe the aliens took us. I don't know. Evan Cowboy fan says, reminds me of an episode of Kino's Journey. Kino traveled to a village that doesn't remember anything about the village afterward. Later revealed that it was intended. What was intended? So I don't know. To this day, I don't know what happened. None of us ever remembered. It wasn't like, oh, we had like post-traumatic stress disorder. And then years later, we went to deep hypnosis to find out what happened. Like, we just were like, eh. So I believe they did continue to do weed and stuff because they did continue to get it and smoke it at parties. I told them straight out, that was the last time I was ever going to do drugs like that. I was like, nah, I'm not messing with it. I don't want to lose entire days of my life. Jade says, big tips day. Yeah, we hit our goals on both streams so far. There's still time for Oompa. Dude, Oompa Loompa did a $100 super chat. They don't have to do anything else tonight. There's more than enough of you here. Hold on. There's 100 and almost 200 people on YouTube. There's 60 some on Kick. There's more than enough people here that, if you like the content, you can contribute and we can hit the goal without Oompa Loompa. All right? In fact, let's get some dang subs tonight right now on Kick. Why not? What's going on Kick? Let's do it. Let's hit the goal. Thank you, guys. It's all good. We'll probably hit a goal or two tomorrow, and we'll probably end up doing DSP Tries It on Sunday, which I'm totally fine with. It's all right. We'll wait till Sunday. It's all good. I'll tell my wife to thaw out food for tomorrow. We're either going to have, like, chicken thighs or, like, a homemade turkey chili again, so I'll tell her to get the stuff thawed out for her.
And then the guilt trip worked, as we had Lance Cadmoran at the very last second. Imagine that. Every single stream, at the very last second, someone comes in with the Whale Mary and saves the stream. This time, Lance with 25 gifted subs. That means tomorrow, he gets his red robins, dude. And he also announced he's getting another, that is right, spending more money on a chair cover. This time, he wants to get pink. And then as JG Win points out, $225 or 75% of the positivity, aka money, was from 2 accounts today. Very organic, dude. And now we get to Friday, where we see how the week ended for DSP. And he starts out today begging for money and begging for food, where he talks about how he's gonna have a fun podcast with his final thoughts on Doom, the Dark Ages. And then, if we hit the goal, it's DSP tries it, Red Robin. But not only that, he puts this out as well. On Friday, my final streaming day of the week. Plus, if we hit a support goal, DSP tries it, Red Robin. 2 bags for money and food. And DSP yet again in the chat before the stream, complaining about how bad Doom was yesterday. And he says he was tired of it. Once you sink enough time into something, it's worth it just to finish it. And you know when something bothers DSP, he won't stop talking about it. This time with his clothing, because people are criticizing him because his undershirt is longer than the shirt that's on top of it. And now he's gonna hyper focus on his sleeves being uneven.
Okay, so will I be playing Onimusha 2 HD? The answer is yes, just not at release. I feel like we should save it for a time when we'll actually be able to play it at length and not have to be juggling 5-6 other games. Right now, this coming week, what I'm going to do is focus on... I'm doing this on purpose to annoy people, by the way. If you haven't noticed, I'm pulling my sleeves out. I'm like, watch this. I'm going to keep pulling it out. Anyway.
And now, DSP is going to give his final thoughts on Doom. And he's going to complain about the game the entire time.
So, if you've liked all the content that I have done over the last week, you like the fact that I toughed it out in Doom Eternal and I played on the ultra violence difficulty and I never changed the difficulty despite what moronic idiots on the internet were trying to say. They do it every time too. Every single time that I play a game that's known to be difficult, but I'm actually beating it and doing well, they say things like, oh, he changed the difficulty behind the scenes. That's why, you don't know, he made an easy mode. You know, they're functional idiots. You know what I mean? Like, they can't tie their own shoes. They probably can't wipe their own asses. But they're so dumb that they believe this nonsense. They actually think, oh yeah, Phil just, behind the scenes, he changes the difficulty of every game, so it's an easy cakewalk for him. First off, if I did, it wouldn't matter. Do you understand? I can play a game however I want. I'm not in competition with anyone. I wasn't in a speed run challenge. I wasn't trying to prove that I was the best Doom player on the planet. So I don't actually see what the point is. There is none. But that's the thing. They try to hyper-focus on little innocuous, meaningless things and act like they're important and then exaggerate them to make a mountain out of a molehill. You get it? So even if I was playing Doom the Dark Ages and I said, you know, I think it's too hard, I'm going to dumb down the difficulty so I can do it, it would be fine. But no, of course not. Oh, Phil changed the difficulty. So yesterday, it was actually Morning After Kill, who's in the chat here, who had said, Phil, can you show us the difficulty? And I showed everyone I didn't change it. And then all the narrative falls apart. Now, does anyone get taken to task for lying about that on the internet and saying that Phil did that? Of course not. That's fine, because it was Darkside Phil, so we can all just say whatever we want about him. And then when we're proven wrong, we're already on to the next thing that we made up, right? So, no, I didn't dumb it down. I beat it on the harder difficulty. I didn't take too long to beat it. You know, like people are like, oh, he's going to take like an hour on the final boss. No, you know, I would say the next to last boss was actually quite challenging. Because you had 3 phases and you had to learn a lot of like timing and phases of the fight. But for the most part, I liked it. And I'll talk about this. I'm going to do like a final thoughts review now on the show to let you know I didn't have any issue really with any of the final bosses or anything like that. I actually thought it was quite well done. So yeah, we wrapped it up, and you know, because of that, I'm happy. It's, you know, big challenging thing to do. And it's kind of relieving now.
And yet again, DSP has leaked his Discord. You know, the one that he doesn't have, that he denies he uses at all, despite him showing it in the past. And some of these channels on here are absolutely weird. You have a selfie channel, book recommendations, we have life story, we have vent. I guarantee you that vent section there, that's where he goes to beg for money. Guy, support's low, let's going on. Who's gonna support me? Let's go. And DSP is now claiming him babysitting his uploads, him drinking gin, playing WWE Champions, equals to him working more than 10 hours a day. Phil, you don't even work 1 hour a day. What a jackass. And then would you look at that, when he needs it the most, NDO comes through with $100. Man, ever since Kino Casino kicked Phil to the curb, and all the supporters left, you're seeing more and more of NDO and Jax Raxter and all these smaller people making up these bigger contributions. And look at this face, the most disgusting streamer on the planet. And then he got his Red Robin, and look at this face. He looks like he's about to shit himself. Probably did. He does have the scat fetish, remember? And this is the thumbnail for his Red Robin. Scorpion Burger and Barbecue Nachos, Red Robin, Gourmet Burgers, and Brews. And look at the second picture on the right. It actually looks like a pig eating slop. Then we have the night stream, where DSP says he's ready for a CVS2. And of course, if you've seen one fighting stream from DSP, it's all the same. Same excuses, lag, Cannon Brothers, rollback netcode. It's all the same. And would you look at that? Remember how earlier DSP destroyed his controller by punching it? And just like every single time he gets something new, it was a fan who donated it. He didn't even know. It just showed up. What a coincidence. And then DSP was criticizing Capcom because they're not adding more skins in Street Fighter 6 because he wants to buy more. That's right, he wants to spend more microtransactions in Street Fighter 6 to buy more costumes. This is the same guy who criticizes other companies for having too many microtransactions. And of course, the whole stream can be summed up like this. If Phil quits a game, it's legit. If someone else quits, he's a bitch. He rage quit. Ack. I'm so great. Nobody wants to take me on because I'm Darkside Phil. What an asshole. And that's how the week ended. If you guys like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.